sound.
Explodes. Exactly.
It's very fast.
Oh no!
I need to show you a video of me doing stand-up badly because you showed one last time. And 3,
I tried to, but I was just so talented.
I know, yeah, you tried to.
Just like intangible red flag territory. Like he's not
Yes.
saying anything
Oh,
specific,
interesting.
But like
Yeah.
just as he's talking, you're like, do not be in a room alone with this man.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, so
So-
we can all love each other. No.
All right, great. Okay, great.
No.
This is great. What about him is an intangible red flag? Is it a way he appears, way he talks, hand gestures?
Do you know what
is
the word intangible means?
All right, I'm gonna go have a piss.
Ashley, you're in charge.
I'm in charge. Bitches.
I went down on a juicy poozy, and
Uh-oh, got a fart, and this chair's gonna make it reverberate. Hey, wait.
John.
Hey.
oh no, oh no! Everybody else, hey,
Hey.
What's going on? I'm just waiting for music. I thought you were getting music. Oh, I thought you were just
getting
getting
how
music.
my penis gets born.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Here's a shed.
The ice cream cones came with a little metal packet that is just full of sugar. It's just full of sugar to be poured into the cones.
I got what has the Japanese not gotten a hold of, perfected, and then when everyone was like, "You did it," they went, "And now we'll begin." And you're like, No, you fixed it. It was fixed. Do not break it. They're like, no, we got to break this.
I still have some more questions.
Go ahead.
John Hastings is on America's Got Talent for 5 minutes, and now he's got houses in LA and London.
That's right.
Yeah.
You kept a house in London?
Yeah, I've kept a house in London.
Update: not sugar.
There's no fluid tasting enough to warrant sucking it out of him. Yeah. No, but it was did he do it when he was then in the band when they were the 4 Bee Gees that brief time before then his heart exploded?
Wow.
I'm not saying anything that didn't happen. That is what happened to him.
I'm a predator.
And it was going awesome. And we even started having drinks at a bar, and we each had girlfriends with us, whatever. We're having a great time until I got comfortable enough to go, hey, we share a birthday,
As someone who has been eternally single.
Go ahead.
Is it your fault? Yes. No. I'm sorry.
Stop tweeting after your dates, Ashley. Stop tweeting after your dates.
Oh, bad news, Paul. You're getting a Batman bait.
This is not bad news. I am so pleased.
Support them.
But you know what's more important than helping people's mental health?
Fuck you, John.
I'm just saying. Tom, you're a comedy fan.
Here's what happened. So I came up after she finished a couple times.
How did you
I'm not one's not enough.
What
You go for 2. That's how you start it out.
Smoother crunchy.
And then Jesus, boom. And so so when I emerged, I went to kiss her, and she just grabbed my face and she sucked it all out of my beard.
So hurtful.
That's a literary reference. Oh no, I gotta.
Hey, he can't tie me up. Now I'm the only one here. Books, pages. Right. Verb, noun, adjective. Nice. Someone get me that.
I'm very prone to bullying.
No, you're talking about Andy Gibb.
I am talking about Andy Gibb. Pardon me.
Get your Gibbs straight if you want to come at me, bro.
Sorry.
Those nice bearded men and their Aryan friends seem like they're doing very different shows.
Marylane's got pink eye. She touched her nose.
I tried to. It crawled away too quickly.
It's difficult with tea. Sometimes you try and tune it and you get Assam.
I'm officially declaring it. Jordan is the governor general of the stream.
God damn it, guys. I took Ritalin today. I can only focus on one thing at a time.
What is happening right now? screens. I want to have two screens.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah.
Chris, John, and Irish Ashley combine to make the ultimate team, better than any wet dream. Welcome to the Untitled Twitch stream. John's the CEO and Boomer. Ashley's the real leader. Chris brings the vibes and juices as our enjoyment increases. Welcome to the Untitled Twitch stream.
Let's find
Andy.
out who's muted.
Yo.
Are you muted, Chris?
I don't think so. Are you muted, John?
No, I am not. How are you, sir? You're coming at us wearing what looks like to be the windbreaker from Ted Lasso.
Well, what it is so I finally got my last bag shipped over from the UK. It actually arrived in Canada about a month ago, but we were having buzzer issues, and the guy finally made it in. And this was in it, and it's a jacket that was given to me by the school that I was teaching at when I was working at the refugee camp. So it's a bit of yellow, bit of blue, and then a little bit of Thai writing on the back.
Oh, that's fun. Unfortunately, what Chris doesn't know is that says "bad teacher hit kids."
It got me a lot of help when I was out there because I'd wear it around, and strangers, like Thai strangers, would come up and be like, "Are you a monk?" I'd be like, "No, I worked at this thing," and they'd be like, "Come on," and they like give me food, and it just opened a lot of doors for me.
It's funny. I was listening to
being
a podcast,
associated.
Podcast by Ari Shafir, and Ari Shafir's what he should do is do a travel podcast. He's got great travel intel, and one of the ones he's like, Burma, everyone's trying to help you. Thai, everyone's trying to get one over on you. That's how their relationship with tourism and stuff like that. And he goes, and Burma's like way more Buddhist than Thailand is.
Yeah, I guess, but like
it also
in
might
Burma,
be
they were
Thai-
like actively killing monks. So there's a difference between government and culture.
I think
But in Thailand, I mean, wearing this, like literally, people were always helping me, and not
also
like
where
asking
you
for
go
money, not trying to
in
trick
traveling.
me.
Like if you only went
Chiang Mai, which is like a big tourist place, some of the islands, which is where like tourism fucking happens out there. There was something about I was treated differently than other white people because of this jacket.
Chiang Mai is the moon party, right?
I can't remember. That was just the biggest. That was the closest city to where I was. We were like a 3-hour drive outside of Chiang Mai.
Rural South Asia. Oh yeah, you were near some weird monkeys.
It was fucking beautiful. They were big, like water buffalo, and I had to fight off wild dogs one day.
I mean, this is the funniest thing. This is how you know you're not the best person to talk about not Western countries in the world with is my uncle, because he has the craziest stories. For example, having to fight dogs to get to the bus.
Yeah.
Can't remember which country it is, but every house and place a human lives has a little bucket of rocks outside of it. This is the vibes. Has a big bucket of rocks out of it, and it's there if you have to like in the nighttime leave your house.
Yeah.
You need to have 2 handfuls of rocks so you can throw them at the wild dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're waiting for a bus, you wait at your house. And then when it comes down your street, you run and go, stop, and get on and hope you get on the bus before the wild dogs attack you.
Hell of a time to be alive. I don't know how it happened, but I shared something with the wild dogs in that moment when I fought them off, and they never bothered me again.
No,
Not even a growl or a yap. Nothing.
Yeah. Here's a stream admin question that I assume you have covered, which is, it said when you started your afternoon stream, it's your last afternoon stream for a while?
Yeah, I gotta get a job, and doing 2 streams and then shows at night, it's just not possible. So I can't do my solo stream anymore. So a bunch of people showed up, which was very nice, and we had a lovely time. Kicked the shit out of the Thursday one. Yeah, it's a shame. It was a wonderful thing to do, but I have to start making money. This is ridiculous. So I'm actively looking for writing jobs and other online jobs. And also I got to work on my jokes, all kinds of shit.
How close to you are living under a bridge, making a can of beans?
I'm okay. Like I can pay my rent, but it's tight. You know, I don't have any savings, so that's no good.
Oh, that's always fun. I could buy this. That is it.
Yeah, that's it. So there's no Chris Butts OnlyFans, always an option. But I'm trying to find it. I tweeted about it the other day, and some people sent me some really cool things. One guy I think sent me a scam that was exciting.
What was the scam? Can we participate in the scam?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Let me see if I can bring it up here. It was a guy who I checked out his profile, and it was so it says here. Let me share the screen. I'll just bring him up.
Also, Chris is sharing this. I'll be only here for the first hour because I have to drive to the Irvine Improv. Oh, this is a scam,
right?
What made it seem like a scam for you?
So this is word for word the tweet that he answered my tweet with. Make between $500 and $1,500 a week just by testing new apps and writing reviews for only work 1 hour a day. Check it out here. No grammar, no anything. It's a Bitly app, which means it's not the full app. They're like hiding the real app behind that. For link, I mean, not app.
What's amazing though is that it was the .wordpress.com. That right there, I'm going, this is a scam. They wouldn't even pay for it to be a real website.
Yeah, no, it's just gonna steal all my information.
Do you want to do you want to join the CIA? Go to this GeoCities website.
Yeah. So I got that, but then some other people sent me some cool links to like writing jobs and stuff like that, which is nice, and different sales stuff and
do gig worker stuff, like put a profile up on Fiverr. You can there's a bunch of it's just getting your side hustle on, and it's annoying, but in the end will be good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just need to get to the point where I can sell my own tickets. That's the goal. That's what I'm working towards. Sell those tickets.
Yeah. I know. I think that's the goal we're all working towards, really.
Yeah.
I may or may not be. There's a sliver of hope that there might be some comedy festivals and things. So my traveling schedule in the next couple of months might get even more intense, but also very good because it's like. Here's my thing during COVID. Let's talk about this. My main fear was I would be forgotten by comedy just because I was in this weird influx of moving from one scene to another, all of that sort of stuff. And then also my earnings post would just be, it would take a long time to recover.
That's where I'm at right now.
And mine is not recovered to the state it was at. Like I was 2019 was a... Oops. Let me put it this way. There was a 2019 I was going to incorporate. And if I hadn't, and I was literally, I have the paperwork.
I'm going to work for King Geo. Breaking news. I'm going to work for King Geo.
He will just do that. Like, you don't understand. He's not like our other friends. Also, Chris, actually, moving to Ottawa is not the worst idea. It's cheap.
Yeah.
You are moving in the winter, which sucks.
I don't have to. I can stay till spring. Like, I'm not on any kind of timeline.
No, but you need money.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have make it to the spring money?
No. I can try to make it. But yeah, sorry, you were saying you were worried. You were worried about things.
I was worried about coming back and all that sort of stuff. And it looks like the things are moving in a direction where everything is coming back. And now it's testing to see if my growth in markets like Australia and Edinburgh have held, even though I haven't been there. That's the next sort of.
To be fair, no one's been there. So if anything, your fans are more rabid for your content.
Absolutely not true. They had an Edinburgh festival and they had a Melbourne comedy
festival. Did they though? Did they?
They did.
Really? Was it?
Yes, they did. They did. It was. And the thing with this is that the thing with fan base and markets, especially at those festivals, is it's a certain amount of people you're drawing from the pool. It's not a intangible amount of people. People think it's like, oh, I brought all these people in. It's like, no. You got the attention of these comedy fans. But they're still comedy fans. They were into comedy. Michael Jordan brought new eyes to basketball. Magic Johnson was performing for basketball fans. That's why they're a different level of icon.
Yeah.
No one saw Larry Bird
That's well put.
And went, I got to watch this boring looking fuck do something. And they're like, well, he's going to play an exciting game quite fast, but it'll seem quite slow.
I would say, just to put some allay to your anxieties, that while
thank you
your
so much
fears.
for
Oh, Kirsten.
having Kirsten.
Thank you. You're wonderful.
Oh, what is that? Thank you.
I would say that for a lot of acts, yes, that's a real worry, and I don't think anyone is really immune to it until they break through to that next thing. But you've been going for so long and seem to have enough repeat. Excuse me, that I don't think you'll have much of a dip, and people will be eager to see the acts that they went out of their way to see again. And you became one of those acts because you've been doing it for 8 years.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and I'm hopeful for that as well. It's all just we'll have to see. It's also the reason why I do find like I am happy that we started this thing and that this is sort of continued, because it just does feel like there is a need and a thing for online content, and a lot of people have dropped off. I had a very frustrating situation with a friend of mine, just not doing an easy tour to take a chance on himself. And it was one of those things. Have you had this with friends? Has anyone in the I'd love to hear what the chat has this, because this is non-comedy, but that sort of thing where you go, hey, this is gonna change how I think about you. I'm not listening to your complaints about this particular situation ever again.
Yeah.
This is the true root of the problem, and you're not changing it. Beardy Noise, thank you very much. My Japanese friend did them, and they're a bit scuffed and scratched, which is I like my nails. I like them raw, like a drag queen who's just been in a fist fight,
like the underside of a skateboard.
That's right.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Do you know those sort of situations where you're kind of
absolutely.
You're like, oh, okay, now I know who. Like,
yeah,
it sounds horrible to say.
No more
but
complaining from you.
Well, it's like I now have to do what I hate the most in the world, which is when you complain, I have to go, I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah,
because you don't get into a fight. Because the same people that create situations where you're like, are the same people that don't understand where you're like, nah, I don't want to hear this.
Yeah.
I need to move on to other things.
So what was it about this friend not doing the tour? What was that situation?
Potential audition for something else, but then found out the amount of people they were competing with and just went, well, I'm not going to get that, so I'm not doing it. And I was like, well, then you're not getting anything.
Private chat. Do I know this person?
It's the same person that pees. It's the pisser.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
And it's one of those things where it's like it was coming for a while. It was one of those ones where I was like, all right, when is it gonna? And I was like, yeah, we're done. Like, fuck off. You don't get to complain. It's one of those things where it's also like when people are like, oh, I want this, I want that. I have a big problem with a lot of, oh my God, it is not Will Duggan. Will Duggan. Let me tell you who shows the fuck up.
Yeah, man.
It's that bald Rick right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was very funny because it was just like, it's one of those things where I'm just like, I always suspected this, and now it's like, all right, I figured. Fuck.
There it is. I remember having that with a friend of mine in high school, and it was about girls. And it was the moment that I realized that you can't change a person, no matter how good your advice is.
See, I disagree because I have been changed by advice. You know what I'm saying?
It's such a statistical anomaly that I don't hope for it anymore. I'll still help, but I don't expect anyone to listen. It's like, it reminds me of like the doctor when I found out that a woman that I slept with, she told me that she had herpes. So I went to go check. And the doctor's like, listen, if you don't have a flare up, we can't tell. And even if you did have it, you wouldn't change how you act. And I was like, damn, harsh, but fair.
You wouldn't change how you act if you had herpes? I'd
tell people that I had herpes. And I'd probably,
listen,
but she must have come across so many people who like, I warned you, and then they came back and did it anyway. And I warned you, and I came back and did it anyway. It just, that mindset sort of clicked in.
I mean, I am so alarmingly irritating with honesty. Like the amount, like the first thing I would write on dating apps was, I just got out of a marriage.
Oh, by the way, for the record, no herpes. Clean as a whistle.
Did that get picked up on mic? Because that was a great one. Did it get picked up on mic?
Did you fart? No.
Oh, damn it. Oh, it was good.
But yeah, so this friend, he was the one that, remember you had a friend when you were younger who just get infatuated with women?
Oh,
just like one woman at a time and just be like, they're my whole world. And so he was that guy. Oh, nice one. And so I remember he was like just stressing about this one, and I was listening to him talk, And then I broke down his problem. I just went, so it's this and therefore this, but you want this, but you don't want that. And so this, and so do this. And he went, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Thanks, man. I feel a lot better. And then went and did exactly what he was going to do anyway. And I was like, okay, cool. I just don't do this anymore. That's good. That's good to know.
Something in the universe today is John gets 1 million emails that need to be addressed right away day. And I want you to know I'm not addressing this email, but for 1 second, I was able to follow your whole story, but it like flashed up and I was like, that's an email I have to address anyway. So now what I just do, I don't know if you do this when they happen on stream, is I just respond in 45 minutes like I'm getting right back to them. Do you know what I mean? You don't do the like, sorry for the second wait.
Oh no, definitely not. Yeah,
I just act like I just saw it. Even though it's like one that I really should. It's not. It's one of those. If someone needs me to pay them today, and I'm like, well, I'll pay them.
Yeah.
Literally the second.
Yeah. There's a lot of today left.
I have to sit in a car for 3 hours, but you don't.
Yeah.
Fine. But I know exactly what you mean. That moment where you're like, we're done. And with guys with girls, you really learn that early. What are you typing? Are you typing something in the private chat?
I want to see where Irvine is. Because I've heard of it 1,000 times, and geographically, I know it's in California.
Here's the thing, by the way. When you look at how far it is from, just put in, let's say... I'm
going to put in the Irvine Improv.
It's in the Irvine Spectrum Center. I'll be there at 8 p.m. opening for Brad Upton. No idea about Brad Upton. I wonder if this will be like the last time I...
Oh my God. There's so many like big roundabout roads around that fucking place.
Dude, the Irvine is so real. It is not the Mafia Steve Mooney. Steve Money. Irvine is so real. Irvine is the fun part of Orange County. It's like the fun city part of Orange County.
Okay.
And is this guy. Interesting. Oh,
who is it? Is it a friend of yours?
It is not. He is a dry bar comedian, though. So it's gonna be. He's like gonna be one of those ones where you're, like he'll sell so well.
Okay.
He has 1,300 Twitter followers, and I guarantee that there will be a shitload of people there tonight.
Wow. That's
like,
great.
It's fucking incredible. Oh my God, this guy saw a van with an air conditioner in it. Bananas. Yeah, Brad Upton tonight at the Irvine Improv. The Irvine Improv is in the middle of the Spectrum Center. It is 40 miles from where I am, and if I leave too close to 5 o'clock, I will not. It will take longer than 3 hours to get there, which is criminal. That should be an illegal thing.
It's so close. It's so close.
And like I've left here and taken the train. Go ahead.
Are you going to get to see Disneyland? Because you drive through Anaheim.
Yeah, I've driven by. Every time I've gone to the Improv, leaving this very stream, I've gone right by Disneyland. Disneyland is a lot further away from the highway than you'd realize, but it is right there.
I love Disneyland so much.
I get very angry because I have a bunch of friends that are born in LA, and I was like, wait a minute, how many times have you been to Disneyland? And they're like, more times than I can count. And I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, every year. With your school, you go to Disneyland.
With your school?
Every school in LA goes to Disneyland. It's like
Shut
a thing.
up.
Yeah. Do you know how much
my
better your childhood is? Baseline right there.
Oh my God. Of course, you have to grow up in LA, but still, Disneyland every year with your school?
Do you know
That's
how
fucking
good
wild.
growing up in LA is as a kid? Because LA is all neighborhoods. I watched a David Crosby documentary, continuing my love of Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. And,
oh my gosh! Sorry, I brought up the Irvine comedy website, and Brad Upton's picture is very big and very surprising.
Yeah, I'll tell you this about Brad Upton. Doesn't look like a Brad.
Nope, does not. Looks like a stepdad.
He certainly does. We went to Factories with school.
Yeah.
Oh, Beardy and I went to Legoland.
Legoland's not bad. We went to Playland, which is the home of the biggest wooden roller coaster in North America. To give you an idea of what kind of place Playland is. Yeah, blows.
Okay, here's a thought. I'm formulating a joke, which is LA does have the worst public school system, one of the worst public school systems in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
The LA Unified School District is madness. And I feel less bad for those kids because they get to go to Disneyland every year.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You're like,
that's
oh, I
fucking
never
wild.
learned how to read. And I was like, yeah, but you got to be on the Matterhorn.
So let me ask you something about the Irvine Improv. I'm looking at the headliners that are coming through here, and a lot of them make sense. They're sort of like mid-level, a lot of like late night appearance kind of guys. Plus like Bassem Youssef, who's like a huge international star, but maybe not so big in the States. Ali Wong is headlining there in November. That feels like a small place for her to be, doesn't it?
Oh no, this is like a 600 seater.
Oh shit! Okay, this is a big old.
Also, Ali Wong has to play. Like that's where Ali Wong will be doing new material there. I learned something. I was on a show with her, and she has to be incredibly careful where she plays because she has so many stalkers.
No.
Yeah, not one aggressive, like many.
Jesus.
Because also, and this is the sad reality of the world we live in, like Asian woman in this time period, yeah, some crazies are going to really zero in on you.
Yeah. That sucks, man. Yeah, Patton Oswalt's there a couple weeks later too.
Yeah, they're all just. It's also because it's like it's close to LA, but not super close to LA. We got Brad Upton, Bassem. Who the fuck is
Bassem Youssef? Yeah.
I am so fascinated by U.S. comedy because there's some people who are like, who the fuck are some of these people?
You mean the next one? Or Bassem Youssef? Because you know Bassem Youssef.
I know Bassem Youssef,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
who's Joe Mr. D. Dombrowski?
I've heard the name Joe Dombrowski before, and I can't remember in what context, but Mr. D is freaking me out. I don't like that.
Mr. D broke the internet. We're about to go get your hands ready for Googling because we're going to watch this. Broke the internet in 2017 with a fake spelling test that he gave to his 4th grade class as an April Fool's prank. Since being launched in the spotlight with over 20 million views, Joe has been featured on the Ellen DeGeneres Show, Pickler and Ben, GMA, and BuzzFeed, just to name a few. However, his viral video was no mistake. John has been performing and writing comedy professionally since 2010, which is when he got his start in his hometown of Detroit, Michigan. All right, Did you find this fake?
Yeah, I got
test?
it. Yeah.
Bring it up, Uncle T.
So this says 12 million. Is this him though? Yeah, Joe Dombrowski. That's the guy. Yeah, he was on Ellen for this. The next video underneath this is his appearance on Ellen.
Do you think he got called a cunt?
I think she called the kids cunts. So you tricked the fuck out of those little cunts, didn't you?
Okay, this guy looks a lot like Luke Kempner.
That's why I thought it might be a fake. I thought Luke was doing a version of it, but it's on Dombrowski's episode or channel. So
coming in from El Tube, so he's the American Mr. D. Yeah, probably.
Here we go.
Going through the list with the spelling, you're checking your own list. Here we go. The first word was Blorski. I lost my Blorski at a carnival. Blorskee.
Oh, Beardy Noise, you would love Luke Kempner.
The next word was tangentine. Yeah. I eat my spaghetti with a tangentine. That it's Tangeeteen.
How do you know? How do you know?
The next word is Spiku. Look, there's a Spiku. SPEEKUZSLMN. There's silent letters at the end of that one. Yep. Spiku. SPEEKUZSLMN. Yep. It's not. Nope. It's actually from somewhere else, not here. The next word was a matter. Students said they were sick. I said, "What's a matter with you?" WAZAMATA. What's the matter? What's the matter?
Are these kids gonna murder him? I don't want to watch all
this. Next word
this.
was spinach.
I just want to hear the kids freak out.
Is spinach and artichoke dip. That's SPEENUCH. Spinach. The next word is gur. My friend told me a secret. I looked at her and said, gur.
Oh, wow.
That's GU with an umlaut. That's 2 dots over the U. RRR. GU with an umlaut. RRR. You're not close enough. April Fools.
Okay.
Oh, what a fucking horrible, boring.
Wow. That guy went
also,
to Ellen for that. That's how boring people are.
I just want Beardy Noise to know. I want the kids to start throwing chairs at him. I agree with you completely, Steve Mooney. Also, hello, podcast listeners. Beardy Noise, you are so right. Michigan's viral spelling bee sensation Joe Dombrowski talks being on Ellen, the lessons he's teaching his students by being out. And yeah, so yes, no, Yes. Well,
How funny would that? That's kind of what I was hoping for, is some sort of like riot at the end of the video where the kids are just, they've had enough. And if a chair had come through, hit him in the face, and that's where the video ends, then it would have been the best video I've ever
Do you
seen.
understand how good viral videos used to be, though?
Wait, Millie Bobby Brown has opinions?
Who the fuck was Millie Bobby Brown?
Millie Bobby Brown, isn't she the girl from Stranger Things? The one that Drake likes to text?
Oh, I don't know. I want to throw a chair. I mean, the chair throwing is really exceptional. Millie Bobby Brown. Oh yeah. When, by the way, are we going to acknowledge that Drake's a fucking creep? Also, that was the greatest. Like, the entire world went, "Wait, what do you mean he's texting you?" And she was like, "Yeah, he texts me sometimes, like at night. We say goodnight to each other." And everyone's like, "Drake the rapper."
Yeah.
And they were like, "Yeah." And they're like,
45-year-old Drake the rapper.
"Yeah." Last name ever. First name greatest. Yeah. Last name file. First name peta. Let me say this about Drake. When he inevitably falls, I will be. There's a running joke in the gay community that Millie hates gays, and she's right. Where did this joke come from? Beardy Noise. We need more explanations.
That's very funny.
Also, Beardy Noise. Here's a weird thing I would say is Beardy Noise.
Yeah.
Because he looked a fair amount like Mr. D, Joe Dombrowski, and Luke Kempner, quite frankly.
Very much like Luke Kempner.
So is Beardy Noise just attracted to herself? Speaking of being attracted, guess who's wearing their house coat to the stream?
So
hi.
comfy.
Ooh, someone's a recently widowed woman when there's questions about her husband's death.
Are we on In Bed with Joan?
Yeah.
This is top notch.
In Bed with Joan.
Have you never seen that? It's a show Joan Rivers used to do where she would interview people in her bed.
Well, that really feels like something I would do.
It was great. It's a really good show.
Are you cozy? Also, Beardy Noise says, "Hi, Ashley." Also, I have a feeling I think Beardy Noise might be just attracted to himself.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I get that.
Which, by the way, there is a there's a pretty famous, I was about to just say one thing about him that would reveal exactly who it is. Comedian who is gay, whose type looks like me. And myself and Kai.
I think I could have a guess.
Let's see. Okay. All right. I'm going to type it. And on 3, we're going to hit it at the same time in the private chat.
Wait, I actually have to remember his name.
Okay, I got mine typed and ready.
Oh, this is a fun game. What a fun game.
I don't remember his name.
Okay, John and I will play Ashley Honor System.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, hit it.
Hey!
That's not who I thought. That's not who I thought.
Can you type who you thought, or you can't remember their name?
I can't remember their name. It's somebody you've mentioned before, though. Anyway.
Diamond will never tell.
Not that person.
Oh, Diamond. There's no way for us to confirm or deny that. Have you heard about Boy George making the stage show of his life? Had a relationship with the guy who played him?
Made him wear the costume, guaranteed. Made him wear the costume.
I don't want. This is, you know, there's so many reasons why being straight is, and I mean this, so easy. But one of them is I'm not attracted to me at all. Like I'm like, and the thing I'm like, oh, all right, you're looking good. Like I like that I've lost weight and stuff like that. But I'm not like, I never walked by the mirror with a boner and just gone like, oh, hello. You know what I mean? Like in that same way that if I see like a hot lady in a bra.
But to be fair, you've dated a number of fair-skinned redheads who are opinionated and brash. And so I don't think you're that far off. I think you're
There's a vibe. Yeah, there was a time there where I was really going for a nice immigrant from a Celtic nation was a really like gay dudes don't want to fuck themselves.
Okay,
I'm
Beardy Noise,
I'm
I'm telling you
you
right now. Remember that conversation we were having about if you cloned yourself and if you were like split in two?
Mhm.
Beardy Noise is fully taking part in that.
Oh God, yeah, yeah. But we want to
Okay,
fuck dudes that look
dudes that
exactly
look
like us.
like us. Yeah, I was waiting for that where I was going.
Yeah.
But we hate our own body. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Oh, as long as you hate your own body, then I totally understand. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm back on board. Everything makes sense as usual.
Okay.
I figured it out. As long as there's still self-loathing going on.
Mhm.
Ashley, how was your day? The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen secret Discord chat we have for host admin. There's always just a certain point of the day where you just vent with a story, and always the stories are they can't be shared here for obvious reasons, but oh God. They're never solvable in a day. You know what I mean? It's always like, oh, that's deep and rooted behavior that you'll have to undo.
Yeah.
It's the self-loathing that you're attracted to. Yeah, that's right. Also, who else is excited for the weekend? I'm really excited.
So excited for the weekend. Oh my.
Yeah, me too.
God.
Yeah, I haven't had a day off in a while. I'm very tired.
I live on a Monday to Friday now.
Like,
I'm that school shift, and I'm just like, oh my God, I need Friday.
What is there anyone
just living for the weekend, eh, Ashley?
Is there anyone at
TGIF?
Yeah, TGIF, Ashley, huh? You're
TGIF,
Steve
baby.
Urkel, huh?
Yeah.
TGIF, hey, you know what I mean? Yeah, Ashley, I got a video for you. Are you ready for it?
Everybody's working for the weekend. Is it that?
I mean, it is now. Oh God, it's COVID. Oh God, it's COVID.
Some schools get a half day on a Friday. My school is not one of them.
Oh.
A bunch of boards of education in Canada ran out of money, so they just started throwing out half days. And I was like, this is bullshit.
Oh shit. Oh, there's in case you're looking for a new person who's getting canceled for racism and misogyny. There's a new one in basketball. His name's Robert Sarver. He's the owner of the Phoenix Suns. And I started reading the article about it, and I got to 3 points where I thought it was about to end. And then at one point, he just started talking about his massive magnum dong. And then there was like another fucking 40 things. Check it out. It's a wild ride. He's the new Donald Sterling. Dude's gonna get booted.
We gotta love some canceling.
Hey, Ashley, I got a video for you. Do you really relate to this video?
Stay tuned for a whole new
It's TGIF.
Best television in history.
Yeah.
It's TGIF time.
Oh my God, one of them is dead now.
Bronson Pinchot?
I think no, the other one. Nope, that's a lie. It was the other guy from Bosom Buddies. He's dead.
Oh.
These are some looks.
Oh, I don't even know what this video is. Let's go through it.
Did
Oh,
Bronson
just the-
Pinchot play an alien?
You gotta turn this up. They would definitely flag us for that. But boom, but do. Also, by the way, their house not off that park the way it's portrayed, because I of course went to that park to find the Full House house when I was in San Francisco. And when you Google it, there are so many websites like, I hope you're sitting down. That house is not actually there. And then they point you to where the house is, and you're like, yeah, it's fine.
What? TV lied to me again?
I know. It's not as good as the Sex and the City, Carrie's apartment from Sex and the City. Like a woman just owns that and has had her life ruined as a result.
Oh no.
Why doesn't she sell it? She'd make a fortune.
Because she's got a 1-bedroom gorgeous apartment with a backyard in Greenwich Village in New York. Like, it's also that thing
I
of
guarantee
like,
she could buy another one of those with the money she makes off of selling that one.
The Sex and the City apartment?
The Sex and the
yeah,
City
but,
one.
but nobody wants it because you have tourists on your property every day. Like, it's one of those ones where it's like she's now having to Airbnb it, and that's how you make money from it. But it's
Yeah.
that thing of like, it's also like New York is. It's like how people in Toronto were like, "What do you, if you like owned a house for 2 years, your property values had gone up by like 80%."
Yeah.
So they're like, sell, and it's like, yeah, but I can't sell because everyone's property is up by 80%. So I just have like, no, that's not how that works. So you're fucked. Yeah.
I found another video that's good for Ashley. That's you.
Oh, hey.
That's you at all times.
Yeah.
What's
Does
it like
anyone
to
else
live for the
think
weekend?
Daniel Craig is a
I
piece
hate
of shit?
it.
I dislike Daniel Craig. Do you? Okay. Do you
I miss
hate
being
it?
able to have doctor's appointments during the week. I miss
Oh.
being able to get my shopping when there's actually food in the shops.
Mm.
Well,
Like,
that's just before Brexit.
I know. No,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
Well, there used to be food in the shops on weekends, Ashley. That's the thing.
Yeah.
No, I know, but you
it's
know,
not just
like,
something we say to kids.
it's you go in the evenings now, and it's just.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly is.
I used to get things done during the week.
And I personally love Daniel Craig's hilarious bisexual energy. Is Daniel Craig bi?
No, but I get exactly what Beardy Noise means.
What does he mean?
He just has bisexual energy.
Interesting.
By the way, welcome to a pet peeve of mine, which is when someone says, "Hey, could you elaborate that?" and they're like, "Yes, of course I can." And then they just say the same thing over again. And it's like,
I
I
know
wasn't
you
looking
hate
for
that.
I know you do.
Yeah, you really hate that. I remember when I told you that that I believe in the Loch Ness monster, and I was like, I can't explain it. You got so mad.
Yeah. Be able to explain it.
It's a big lake.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Kisses every male star he directs. How? Like
Is that
full
true?
tongue?
No,
Is this French?
Because that's not consent then, and I'm not on board.
Yeah.
Well, they might be
One of-
consenting. He's a very handsome man by most approximations.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, meatballs. Went to co-op this evening. No cheese. Time to riot. Couldn't believe more.
Sometimes, John, sometimes things are just too intangible to explain.
But what does intangible mean? Do I need to show you that clip? I don't know what that means either.
No, she nailed it. That's exactly what it means.
Yeah. Also, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I bet you there is a reason why Garth Brooks is a whoa. Also,
Yeah, but there doesn't need to be. That's the whole point. There doesn't
Yeah, but
need
you
to be a
wanna-
reason. We're just like, we just sense it.
I know you sense it, but you're sensing it for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those things where it's like I know there doesn't need to
Yes,
be a
but it's
reason.
an intangible reason.
Yeah, it's something that like while you're watching, you'd have to point it out. There it was. That was bi.
Yeah.
That was straight. That was bi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him kissing that man, super bi.
Yeah. What about when he's kissing that woman? Wait, scenario for you. What if he kisses a woman, but that woman is a lesbian?
Well, that's her being bi.
That doesn't. That's her sexuality, not
Has
his.
nothing to do with
bi.
him.
That's her being bi. All right, hang on. What about this? Daniel Craig buys a dog. The dog previously owned gay couple.
No.
I
Pan?
expected that. I think that no. Also,
No.
like, hang on, what is this? I
anything,
bet
that
you
makes
once
it-
he's done with Bond, there'll be some kind of yeah.
That feels likely.
What? How many of your friends? So, like, all of
Yes.
your friends, how many of them do you think are swingers?
Ooh,
I don't know.
very few.
Very few, though. Yeah. Like, I shock people on a regular basis when I talk. So,
Yeah, but that's
mean,
because you
the-
just refuse to stop saying the N word sometimes. These mics come off, everybody, and then Ashley lets fly. Like, she called Chris and I bow hunks
can you guys hear
yesterday.
the
Which is,
fireworks, by the way?
Oh yeah. What's that
oh,
for?
I can hear him now. It's bonfire night. It's the stupidest holiday in the history
No,
of the
bonfire
No, no.
night's the 5th.
They've been going all week for COP26, and I'm like, pretty sure fireworks are not climate friendly.
Maybe they open the clouds. Is it like a rain bomb? So I've got the article about Daniel Craig kissing, smooch, smooch, smooch. But it
Oh, and I
sounds
will
like-
tell you. Wait, my name is Ruin. What?
Top tip: person sexuality is not determined by other living beings because their sex. No, but it can be sort of guessed at. That's what we're saying. Because we're creating situations, and you go, because we're talking about the intangibles that you can't describe. And so when you're in a situation, what led to that was you have to see it. And so if you see Daniel Craig kissing a lady who's a lesbian, nothing to do with him. She's kissing a dude. But if you see him kissing a dude, it's very bi behavior. Very bi behavior.
A bohunk, by the way, is a Canadian term for Eastern European homesteaders.
I always forget that.
A turn of the century. Also, in the continuing chain of emails that I should respond to right away, I just got 2 coming in. I can't wait. I'm gonna do some bad. Attention, everyone who's between me and Irvine. I will be driving distracted. Be aware. It literally, they just emailed again going, this is time sensitive, and I on purpose will not respond. I'm going to sit here and we're going to talk about intangible things that point towards someone's sexuality or personality traits. For example, what if, Ashley, you show up at a party, they're wearing a hat?
Depends on the hat, man.
Yes, I would agree. If it's a hat that says,
You guys wear hats all the time, and
if it's an LED
not
hat,
bisexual at all.
if it's an LED hat and it says I recently came out as bisexual, that I'm going to say points to a intangible bisexuality quality.
Pretty tangible.
Or is it though, because of the LED portions to it?
That feels like a very straight person idea of what it would be.
So that was
Because of the LED hat?
That was intangibly straight of you, John.
Yeah.
Oh, depends on the hat, man.
No. Hat, comma, man.
Is that what it means though?
Oh, that's
the
a
clue right
dash.
there. That's the clue though. That's
No,
how they wrote
I
it.
said hat, comma, man.
Oh, interesting. I really enjoy this, by the way. Oh yeah. It's like if a man has a French poodle, he loves cock.
Yeah.
French poodle is the
French
dog who goes
poodle
on the septum piercing.
is a big intangible. You know what? It's a tangible one.
What if it's a small poodle? Because, and I mean this right now, that puts my grandfather on a list I was not expecting to see his name on.
Patrice O'Neill had a French poodle.
I wouldn't be surprised if Patrice O'Neill, it came out, had swum down some rivers.
Do you mean
wouldn't
French
expect.
bulldog? Yeah, beardy noise means French bulldog.
Absolutely disagree. The French bulldog is
No, the French
Sorry, poodles.
Yeah.
the French bulldog is the straightest dog.
No.
The French bulldog is the dog that straight men buy their girlfriends when they cheat on them. Like
No.
With dudes?
That's the Labradoodle. Maybe in Ireland, Labradoodle is the straightest dog. Is the dog that I cheated. I know someone who has a Labradoodle because they went on the road and their boyfriend cheated on them.
Wow.
I mean,
This
I
is
don't.
This is a pretty cute dog, though.
It is what a Labradoodle.
Patty Padman, that is spot on.
Except Roscoe, he is eternal. Interesting. Hats
Roscoe
are
doesn't have a
confounding.
French bulldog.
No, hats are confusing factor because cis het men only use them to protect from the sun and or hide insecurity about balding. Except Roscoe, he is eternal.
He's eternal.
I honestly, the reason I wear hats, and I am angry that I am losing hair at the same time, is for my entire life, they didn't make them to the size that fit my head.
You got a big head.
So I
wear them because I've always worn them. I just played sports my whole life.
Yeah, they're so fun. They're such a
Yeah.
fun thing.
Yeah, I feel like that's a very European view on baseball hats because everyone in Canada wears baseball hats all the time.
Yeah, it's such a thing of in the same way my friend Jimmy McGee once told me, he's like, you can't wear baseball. He's like, he goes, only Americans wear baseball hats. No other country in the world does. And I was like, yeah, this is like many things with English people is totally wrong and you basing it off of nothing,
Yeah,
which is they wear them.
Japanese people wear them.
They wear them in Japan.
Lesbians really wear them.
Lesbians wear them, and
Lesbians
they're
shit.
everywhere.
A lot of really
Australians
straight
wear
girls
them.
in Canada wear them. It's a very straight thing to do in Canada.
Yeah.
And I'll throw this out there. It is an incredibly attractive thing.
So
Something
that was
about
a big turn on for me.
lady in a baseball cap.
Ponytail out the
Oh,
back through the hole? Shut up. Jesus
I got news for you.
Christ.
I saw today walking down La Cienega a woman in black yoga tights and Doc Martens. I nearly just crashed the car. I got holy shit. Like it was just like what? And
Like
it was
Doc
one of those
Marten
things-
boots.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like chunky boys, chunky
Mm-hmm.
boots into a nice yoga into that.
See,
and then
okay,
and
right
then
there.
into
That is bisexual energy.
yeah, I'm into it. Oh, that and then into crop top that was tucked into the it was like a one seamless look. I wanted, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it does sound pretty hot. I get that. Yeah, no, Ashley, you don't understand the whole baseball cap with ponytail coming out the back of that hat on me.
Doesn't need to be out of the podcast. Could be hanging on the
Oh
sides.
no, specifically for me, out the back of the little gap.
What are you doing?
Just loved it.
Can you
Just
explain
loved
it, or is it intangible?
I always liked really sporty girls, and it was a sign of that. So it was like I was into girls who like played softball and soccer and things like that, and they tended to have it. And so I think it started out as a trait of girls that I liked, and it then became a trait that I liked independently.
Okay.
The accursed Daystar.
I don't think I had like a thing like that. Like a
Actually, let me tell you what a thing is. If you were sat with me in the car earlier today when we were on the corner of 6th and La Cienega, and you saw that girl, you would have gone, "That's what I'm into," because it was the hottest thing. And also, nothing
I'm
to do
not
with the
doubting
person.
that. I'm just saying
It
like
was
a specific.
the look was just
Yeah.
like.
Like
Crop
Chris
tops
has this
are-
very specific thing about the ponytail and the hat.
Yeah.
Because I'm just a girl in a base.
Yes, I do.
Phenomenal. And it had also, by the way, nothing to do with the girl. It was something about yoga pants into the Doc Martens. It's just sort of like that is so two different vibes. To the point that I texted someone to be like, just by the way, something has been discovered, so you can be aware of it moving forward. Which I've always done, by the way, but I realize people don't do that. Like if hypothetically, if I'm in any sort of partnership and I'm out in the world and see a thing that I'm like, oh, hey, you report back to home base and be like, what are our thoughts on incorporating this little thing into the situation?
Nice.
And I have, of course, I'm open to
And
that
that's not
the other
something
way.
that people do.
I don't think
Evidently
so.
not.
Not in real time.
Oh, you got to do it in real time.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think people necessarily like look at it in those terms. Do you know what I mean? North America, especially, there is like you're taught as a North American boy, Canada maybe. This is yes, Meatballs really gets it.
The Doc Martens say, "I'll kick you a new arsehole." The yoga pants say, "And I'll look good doing it."
Yeah. What about a ponytail acting as the drink you're pouring from a bottle to? No,
it's been done. It's a pretty good costume, but I saw it a few years ago when it started popping up again. It's like,
yeah,
it's been done.
I hate that so much. What was I going to say about my point? Oh, there's a big premium, especially in Canada. I found, or maybe this is just where I grew up, which is like, you're a man, and men like breasts. You don't comment on anything else but the breasts. And
Men do love breasts.
Yeah, I'm
regardless of sexual orientation.
But I listen, not to say that I have ever oogled or ogled, but I'm more oogle at a posterior or the legs than I would ever oogle a breast. Lord knows a couple of restaurant hostesses have been wearing a top that left nothing to the imagination, and I've side-eyed gone, what's happening here? But
those girls were all 16. All hostesses are 16 years old.
Absolutely not. I asked for ID. Table for two. Also, can I see your driver's license? What? Why? I think you'll find that this is a restaurant and the customer is always right. Also, here's how crazy service staff are dependent on tips. Is I guarantee if you asked a server in a North American busy lunchtime restaurant, I'll get the club sandwich and can I see your driver's license? They'd probably do it. Or at the very least would have to be stopped. Like they would be like heading back to get their wallets. I'm like, why are you getting your wallet? Like table 16 wants to see my driver's license. And they're like, no, don't do that. Don't do that at all.
Too true, Steve. Too true.
That is true. Also, memory that I have from being a teenager, which is walking through the park at Dovercourt Recreation Center, and a little kid just pointed at some woman and went, "You got breasty boobies."
My mom said that the moment that my brother decided to ask was they were at a party and he just walked in and just went right in the middle of a group of adults standing all together, pointed right at her chest and went, "Mom, what are those?" And then everyone got to laugh. Wow.
Yeah.
She tried to decide how to answer.
Those are the reasons why that woman is dirty, son. He was 28.
He was 28 years old. My mom was really tall.
Wait, did he point at her boobs or
Yeah.
did he point at? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I always find it weird when kids get really into asking who has a penis and who has a vagina.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I always try and like style it out. Like they'd be like, "Who has a penis?" And I'll look at them and go, "Only you, you little dirty fuck," and then just leave the party.
The rest of us are smooth.
Yeah. The better question is who's going to have one at the end of the night, and then just show them a knife. You know what I mean? Just they've got to learn to fear others.
That's the most boomer thing you've ever said.
No.
They've got to learn to fear others.
You don't hear what I say. I talk a lot about ointments and retirement funds when you guys aren't around. When my son was about 2, he tapped me and said boobies, and I said what? And he said boobies. I panicked, and then he pointed at some blueberries on the table.
That is such an innocent, lovely little story.
And also he would be saying it in a fun Northern English accent too.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so fucking adorable.
That's cute. That's really cute.
Oh, that is very cute.
I was such an
No, go for it.
I was gonna just say I was such an asshole kid. When I was like learning to speak and everything, I was so pedantic about it, and my mother was just like, "You never got any words wrong." And then my brother comes along, and he gets every word wrong, and my mom thinks it's adorable, but I start correcting him.
Mhm.
So
Yep. What's the age difference again?
No wonder
17
you had to
months.
engage in
17
group.
months?
You had
Oh,
to
yeah.
engage
Oh, yeah.
in group sex to like really get over the hurdle of your virginity. You know what I'm saying? You're correcting someone who's 17 months younger than you's fucking. I think you'll find it's diaper.
Oh, yeah. No, I get
You know,
that.
was that-
I was a corrector.
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a folk.
And that's why. Bye. Yeah. No fucking virgins on the stream. Only people who've had sex. So that doesn't mean you, and that doesn't mean you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah.
I used to correct them.
No.
The textbook.
Oh,
I corrected the math
fuck
textbook.
yourself.
Yeah, that's right. Born correct.
It's kind of worse. Like my mom was really dyslexic, so as soon as I could read and write, I was correcting her.
Yeah.
I'm like this 5 or 6 year old kid just correcting her spelling all the time.
To be fair, how could
You've both
you
been
have
replaced.
known?
Beardy noise.
Yeah.
I will see you Sunday at 10 p.m. My friend. You two are dismissed. Just kidding, of course. I couldn't do it. Well, you were correcting your mom at 6 years old.
Oh yeah. Did she try to explain dyslexia to you, or?
She did, yeah. I mean, she would always kind of just say that she wasn't very good at spelling, and then as I got older, I started to realize that that's like a thing. That's something that's not something she's in control of.
Yeah.
Whereas
when you're 6, you're like, my mom is fucking dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think my brother used to. The one that I always remember him that I used to get really annoyed over was that he got mixed up between what a fireman and a fire engine are.
Mm-hmm.
So he used to say, when I grow up, I want to be a fire engine. And I'd be like, no, Liam. You want to be a fireman. Fire engine is the truck.
And he said...
And he said,
Fuck
no, I
you.
want to be a fire engine.
Sounds like someone else I know. Oh, really,
Oh.
Elaine? Who could that have been?
I don't know. Who are we subtweeting right now?
I don't know.
I don't know.
So yeah, I was that little arsehole child.
Yeah. I feel like John was too. I feel like there's zero chance John wasn't correcting teachers at all times.
Was absolutely not correcting anyone. I didn't want to participate in their sham bullshit. I at like I think the first week of grade 1 turned to my mom and said, this is I don't want to do this. I'm going back to kindergarten. I'm not going a full day. And she was like, oh no, you only have a couple more months and then it's back to that. And then I found out like, wait, it's fucking 12 more years of this bullshit. Yeah.
Did I tell you guys about how I transferred schools in the middle of kindergarten because my family moved? And the first kid that I met when I got there just pulled me aside and he went, just so you know, you don't get to go to first grade because you never counted to 100 with us. And then walked away. I was like, I don't think I like it here. That's a bad man.
Yeah. No, I got news for you. I remember there was, oh my God. What was it? There was one kid that I remember there was a teacher told us that we all had to write a report on the last day of school. And if we didn't write that report, we would fail grade 3. And here's the thing, that report was bullshit. She just didn't want to have to deal with an unruly class.
Yeah, you can't
she
fail
figured
kids in
8-year-olds.
3rd grade.
I said to my mom, she was like, what are you guys doing for the last day of school? And I was like, they're making us write a report on sharks that's due today that we have to hand in. And she was like, what? No, grades are already in. You get your report card at the end of the day. This teacher has no power, which looking back may not have been the smartest thing for my mom to do.
It's a
because
wild thing to enable a kid
did not do anything that day and handed in a report that said, I remember this vividly, which was I wrote sharks on a piece of paper and handed it in.
I remember one time I became convinced that our teacher wasn't. This is like 10th grade. So we're like 15 years old, 16 years old. We had a science teacher. I was convinced she wasn't reading our homework. I don't know where I got that idea from, but I was just like, there's no fucking way this lady pays attention. And so just to test it out one day, I wrote the title properly and I wrote my name and the date properly. And then underneath, I just wrote C-spot run fast. Just over, and I've just filled the page. Full marks. Oh
my God.
Yeah. Science class.
Photo kingdom phylum class order family genus fucking C-spot run. Am I right?
Yeah.
That's
right?
Insane.
Yeah.
So I can't believe it's 14 years ago today. Myself, King Geo WTF, our friend Pandy Andy, McFaniel the Stringler. Although Pandy Andy, me, and McFaniel are the only ones we put on dresses and then went and bought beers at various dépanneurs in Montreal while getting hammered drunk.
Yeah, no, that sounds like very straight energy.
That's very straight energy.
Yeah,
That's
feels very
stag do straight energy.
Yeah.
We
just
then
good
also
times. Just jolly
and then a
good
bunch.
times.
I will tell you though, then a bunch of us did get nude on my balcony and see who had a bigger penis.
Very
Just
straight.
around- Yeah,
Very
it was
straight.
pretty fun.
So straight. That is single file straight.
I remember, bear in mind, I will never forget there was a part where, because there was a couple that lived with us and they kept doing very like couple things, which is like at a certain point. I remember this was one of the parties that it is very straight. Thank you. I didn't guys realize you were all there. Anyway,
It's
close
just for
it.
the people watching on YouTube. I just
I
needed
dig
them.
Which is I remember they would go to bed at like a reasonable hour and one of them woke up at like 1 and was like, you guys are being a bit loud. And I remember just going, you knew where you were moving into. You don't get to, just because you guys want to pretend to live together. We're 21. This is happening. So what do you want to do? And they were like, well, what do you mean? And I was like, there's more of us who want to party than not party. Tough. And they were like, what? And I was like, you can move out, but that's the deal. And they just were like, yeah, fine. And I was just like, yeah, what do you do? The rent was $270.
Nice.
All in. What do you think we're doing?
Just more straight comments.
So straight. No one talks about it, but Me Too, like everything, you think, how do straight men, white men get benefited directly by the Me Too movement? I'll tell you how. It stopped when like straight dudes used to hang out more than 4 people, and Chris will attest to this.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably meant one of your friends was going to get bored and just take out his penis and try and put it on stuff. Now that doesn't happen, and it's so much more relaxing.
Yeah, haven't seen a dick in years.
And like there is, yeah, showing other guys my dick was some of the straightest things I've ever done. I want to believe that.
But did you, Beardy Noise, when you did it, did you add a "Wahey"? Was that part of it? Because that's how we.
When you showed it, how I always showed it is I would take it out and then I'd immediately go, I like girls. Did you do that? Did you immediately let everyone know how much you enjoy? I enjoy the company of women, I'll have you know. I have to go drive to Irvine. I'm so sorry to miss the last bit of the show, but I'm gonna anyway. I love you all. I respect you.
Have a great show.
I'll see you all on come see how straight my dick is. Everyone. There was, of course, windmilling. There was, of course.
Fun. So fun.
I will have fun in Irvine, Beardy Noise. I will have fun in Irvine. And then
I want
Denver
reports on this comedian. I'm very curious. Brad Upton. I want to know.
I can join on audio. You know the Stonecutters episode of The Simpsons?
Yeah.
You know where he literally just pulls out of his driveways and sits in traffic?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm now about to go do. So, why is eBay sending me a notification? That's never good. All right, I gotta go.
All right, take care, buddy. Have a great weekend.
See you on Sunday. Have a great one. I almost ended the broadcast. All right, I'm gonna leave. I'm just gonna close this window. All right, see you. Bye.
Cool. See you, bud. And now it's us. So what's the straightest thing you've ever done? Mine's marry my wife.
Mine is probably straightest thing I've ever done.
Mine's what I'm wearing right now.
Mine's probably what I'm wearing right now, to be fair. This fucking dressing gown. I may as well have a glass of wine and be in the bath, you know?
That's very teacher. That's very teacher.
It's
wow,
very teacher.
Literally marrying a woman? That's gay, bro. Coming in from Beardy Noise. I'm getting the opposite of John. Pretty gay.
Yeah.
It's pretty gay.
Pretty gay. Wine mom dressing. Oh.
It's very yeah, I can see you showing up at your they're teenagers partying in your kitchen. And you just come down to get something. You know, don't mind me. Who are those handsome boys? You didn't tell me they'd be so handsome. All right, I'll see you later. But then you hike it up just a little bit so they can see your calves as you're walking up the. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I do carry that energy a bit, don't I?
Lucky 15-year-olds.
Imagine you're a wine mom and you come down into the kitchen and you're just like, what? Lucky 15-year-olds down here?
Who's feeling lucky?
It's like, you know, when there's that scene in Mean Girls where she's like, you guys need anything? Some snacks, a condom?
This guy needs a condom. You need... Yeah, I can absolutely say I like this. I can see your kitchen having a sign like, I love cooking with wine. Sometimes I put it in the food.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Yeah. And it's like hand painted or something. Yeah.
We used to have the opposite mom of that at one of my friends' houses. We didn't realize she was rich until later.
Oh, dear.
We had a math teacher who would wear short skirts and sit on the desk in front of the boys in class. They were not lucky 15. They sound like they counted themselves lucky 15-year-olds.
I mean, it's not appropriate, though.
It is not appropriate.
Kid, so I used to have, I probably shouldn't say this, but I did used to have a teacher.
Oh, not if you saw her. Gotcha.
She would sit in front of the class on this chair that was like the bottom of the chair was eye level for us.
Like a lifeguard chair?
No, like, you know, a bar stool, basically.
Okay,
But
yeah.
It was just a higher chair that when she had like this kind of high desk situation, it worked in the room.
Okay.
But she used to put it out in front of us and sit up on it. and she was always wearing dresses or skirts, and she would alternate crossing her legs and just flashing whoever was sitting in front of her.
Jesus.
And so the seat directly in front of her was the worst seat to get in the
Always the
seating
last.
plan. Yeah. But she always put a boy there. I mean, I don't know if she did that on purpose. She would I mean, I think she always sat girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy. She kind of did that on purpose, but I don't know if she purposely put the boys in that seat.
Yuck.
She
Yuck.
wasn't. I just. It's one of those things where I'm like, she may not have been aware she was doing it, but come on.
Yeah.
You're a grown up and you should be aware that you're doing something like that. So
You have to at least cotton on. You do it once, whatever. Sometimes
Yeah.
you don't think through your actions. You got a lot on your mind when you're teaching. Twice
Mhm.
though, let alone every day.
I'm so aware of myself constantly. I'm like, do I have food on my face? Like, is my hair okay? Like, I'm constantly aware of myself in that way, like checking things and worried if I wear a skirt as well. I'm like, is it flying up during the day or is it riding up or and I just find it really hard to believe that she wouldn't be aware of it. But
yeah, it can't be. Not more than once. Not more than once. And I mean, even you have you have probably more anxiety than most people.
Yeah.
So you're more aware. So it would be less likely with you. But even then, even for someone who's less
just a
anxious,
degree of self-awareness, though.
just the sense that you're in the world and people can see you. I did a show 2 days ago, and it was fascinating to watch because it was like the comics were all very sort of neurotic, and one of them is young and dealing with her new queer identity, and one is sort of like a very strange person and like a poet, and another one is a newly married lesbian, and she's trying to navigate, they're all sort of fairly new comics as well, and so they were all sort of open wounds as comedians, and it was very much, you could see who they were in there. Surely she felt the breeze. And
It's such an Irish reaction.
and the crowd didn't react to any of it. It was fascinating to watch. They weren't mad. There was no hostility in the room. It was just a bunch of normal people watching a sea of broken toys just float by as they were doing. And you just got this impression that they were all sitting there being like, you remind me of my niece. I have a niece like you. To just watch all this beautiful personal comedy come out and watch them just not connect with it in the least, just bouncing off. You just forget that people are like that sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, you work with some of them now, but I still don't run into them. You must work with some normal people. What's your first impression of people that get into teaching?
Painfully normal.
Yeah.
Now, I will say I've, in some places, some parts, I've been quite pleasantly surprised. But so I'm meeting kind of a mixture of people. I'm meeting some really, really lovely people, and then I'm meeting some people who are very normal.
Yeah.
And I probably shouldn't say this, but I did just casual conversation at lunch the other day, mentioned contraceptive pill, and just the mere mention of those words, somebody was just like, fuck. Like,
oh, wow.
Such a reaction.
Wow.
I was like, oh, I need to watch how I speak.
I just want to address, Steve, by normal, I can't speak for Ashley, but personally, I mean people who have sort of shaved off their eccentricities.
Yeah, I guess it's more just haven't really been exposed to the world in the same way. People who go from school to a job to I don't really know how to describe it, but it's do you know how to describe it? I don't know how to describe it.
Their lack of experience shows.
Lack of
There's
experience, but also just
they've
lack
got.
of
They remind me of like
vision.
people I grew up with who never went to the city.
Yeah.
And so in that case, the contraceptive pill, talking about the contraceptive pill is the city. And it's like, well, why don't you talk about it? It's like, I don't know. We just never do. We never go to the city. It's too big. We're afraid of it. Or it's dangerous out there. People are mean and you'll get mugged. And so like, it reminds me of that a lot, of just, they've drawn an arbitrary border around where their life is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a wrap.
And
Whereas,
it's so kind of straightforward, you know, it's like, oh yeah, you get up in the morning and you have breakfast and you go to your work or you go to school and then you come home and you have dinner and you watch some TV and you laugh at Ant and Dec. Like, you know.
I also like, I don't want to, normal people are not for me. We don't normally have anything in common, but I don't think they're bad.
No, and it's, you
They've
can
just got their own
definitely,
life. I just
you
don't.
can have normal
I
people
never
in
know
your
what's taken.
life. I find it difficult. It seems so judgy on us though, doesn't it?
It does, because there's sort of no way, because normal, here's one of my problems with how language evolves. Normal has become an insult. And it's not, it's
not the right
just
term.
Thing. It's just, you live within a spectrum of like, there are these people that are living abnormal lives, which I think we tend to fall into. And then there's people that live in other abnormal lives. And normal's just, it's like average, you know, it's just what most people are doing.
Yeah.
You have a 9 to 5, kids, career path, circumscribed.
Nobody has any mental health
ideals.
Issues.
Or if they do, it's like, you know, don't, you know,
Yeah.
keep it.
Yeah, it's really.
Yeah, I think what My Name Is Ruined did a good one. It's a lot of it ends up being a lack of curiosity.
Yeah.
Bell curves, perfect example. So yeah, it's not a value judgment. It's how most people are, by definition. It's how most people are. We're a bunch of fucking weirdos, but as a result, you know, weirdos and normal people have a rough time talking about stuff. Which I found a lot in stand-up. Every now and then I'd walk into a room and I'd just be like, we are not going to see eye to eye. I had a great set on that show though, because those women were so out there. And I am not personal at all. Hey, thank you for the bits. I am not at all confessional.
Thank you.
In any of my stand-up. So because I wasn't confessing anything, I was just having ideas. They were just like, oh, this is great. We know how to deal with this. This is fine.
Oh, that's cool.
So I ended up having a great one. But I think normally, if there were like 2 more normal comics on and then me, I would have had a rougher time, because they would have, I was just closer to where they live than those ladies were.
Yeah. I get kind of mixed reactions that way, because I obviously talk about things that people really don't want you to mention, you know. But like, I do get surprised by it sometimes. I remember doing a gig, it was in Monkey Barrel, and there was a group of older men in the side bit next to the stage, and they were a bit chatty throughout. But I was getting a bit distracted. It was one of those things where it just wasn't quite enough for me to try and do anything about it. But I was aware of it. But I was just getting a vibe that they might have been kind of talking about how I shouldn't be speaking like this kind of thing.
Oh, tisk tisk.
You know, and it was just a vibe I was getting. And I was really like, this is distracting, but I'm gigging. I'm going to just gig to the rest of the room. And I kept going, and I feel like I had a pretty good set. But I came off stage afterwards, and one of them came up to me, and I was a bit, in my mind, I was just like, oh, here we go. Like, he's probably going to have some really old school bit of advice for me.
When I was young, ladies didn't, you know.
Yeah, it's going to be some shitty bit of advice. And he totally threw me, because he actually came up and he said, my daughter is a lesbian and I think she'd love you.
I remember you told me about this guy. Yeah.
I was just like, oh my God. I judged you as much as I thought you might have been judging me.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
So I think like they could have been talking about that they were enjoying what I was saying. So
Yeah.
You know,
It's hard to
who
know.
knows?
It's hard
It
to
is
know.
hard to know.
Because normally, if
Um,
someone's enjoying your set, they're laughing.
Yeah.
And so, like,
But
when someone's
sometimes
talking, it's like,
sometimes people are like, oh, that, you know, they will talk to somebody
that
next to them
reminds
being
me
like,
of
that's
X. Yeah.
so true, or like that happened to my friend, or you know, that kind of way. Sometimes they are genuinely chatting because they're enjoying it. But it's a harder vibe to pick up on. Yeah.
I hate it when comics will like be like, that is so, like treating them like they're stupid for saying it when it was just a natural sort of vulnerable and they were connecting with you. But also
Yeah.
sometimes people say it so loud that you do have to address it.
Yeah.
And trying to get the thing just right is very hard
Yeah.
because it's like, I need to get a laugh out of this, but I don't want you to stop laughing. So where do
Yeah.
we go from here?
Mhm.
I love on one of Maria Bamford's albums, she has that where this woman, her laugh just rockets over everything else. Like it's all you can hear. And it's one of those laughs where the rest of the crowd starts laughing as a result of her laugh.
Yeah.
Like it just goes nuts. Maria loses where she is in the joke. The laugh is fucking wild. But she's just got this great, like she's a bit flustered and that gets a laugh. And then she goes, whoo, you got a laugh on you, girl. Woo. And then she goes back into it. And it's very sweet because it's like addressed it, that got a laugh, but supportive, and we're back in the thing. And it was just a nice simple.
Yeah, I feel like even just being like, yeah, it is relatable, or like, yeah, it's a good joke. I know.
Yeah.
I'm proud of it.
Agreed. I had a woman say, on a show that I did when I was in Vancouver, I heard a woman say to her friend, I love this guy. But she said it a little bit louder than I think she meant to. And so the whole room, and I was like, oh my God, I love you too. And then just right back into my jokes. And I felt like a nice laugh. She was mortified. And
that's great.
Those moments are so nice. And you don't want it when people are just like, if they say it, they really mean it during a show.
Yeah.
If they're just like, that's so true, that came out, or that reminds me of this, or they look at each other
Yeah,
and they
it's
go,
such a natural
Cheryl, and then they go by. It's So you never
Mhm.
want to like knock that down, because the last thing you want is a self-conscious comedy audience. They have to forget that they're there. They have to forget that there's anything other than what you're saying.
Yeah.
I hate it when people knock that down. It's trying to like,
I know.
it's okay. Keep the ball up.
It is a fine line between using it and losing it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just I'm having to adapt my I don't know, stage presence now for like standing up in front of the class.
Oh yeah.
And so I basically did my first sort of it was like a co-teaching lesson today, and it went badly. I was not prepared, and I was just like, okay, now we're going to do that. It's like so bad.
Oh, okay.
And
just a confidence thing though?
Honestly, just a not prepared thing.
Oh, that's all. Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Literally just now confidence wise, I'm grand. Like I'm not really, I don't really have stage fright anymore. You know, it wasn't even that. It was just, I actually didn't know what I was doing. I was bluffing. So, and it was just, Now my mentor was quite nice about it. She just said that all the things that caught me off guard were things that would probably catch her off guard in the same situation. I hadn't been in the class before, so I didn't really know where I was picking up with them. And the material wasn't standard material. We're doing all this material on COP26, the climate summit thing at the moment. So I'm just like, I haven't a fucking clue about this. This is not what I have a degree in. Like, it's just a bit foreign to me. So, it's just, and she's just like, yeah, don't worry about these lessons. They kind of don't matter at the moment. But I have it's just filler. I have my first proper lesson tomorrow, and the lesson plan is good. I'm still putting together the slides, so I'm going to be awake all night. But I'm really happy with the plan, so I'm looking forward to it. It's Frankenstein, and I love Frankenstein.
Oh, that's wicked. Have they read the book?
No, we're reading the play because the book is a bit advanced. So the play is like an adapted by Philip Pullman for kids.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. But and it's first years, so they're all so cute.
How old is that? Is that like 6 years old?
11.
Oh, so it's second middle school, kind
Second
of?
year. Yeah, secondary school, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So they're excited and they're starting to gain their people, but they're not too self-aware yet.
Yeah.
They're still just like the world is.
Yeah, and some of them are
nice.
just so funny. Frankenstein is one of my favorite stories. It's one of my favorite things ever. I love it.
I still have to read it. I've never read
You
it.
have to
I
read
want
it.
to. Yeah.
You will love it. You will genuinely love it.
Steph's been trying to get me to read it for ages, but we all know my aversion to spooky things. But you
It's not
told me last
spooky.
time that it's not spooky,
It's
so
not
I think
spooky.
I've got to. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's so tightly associated with the Monster Mash for me, and as we all know, anything with the Monster Mash is also Spooktown.
Mhm.
So I feel like I was justified in my view
Yeah.
of it being spooky.
In regards to this question, Hammy, where's the worst heckler? Is it a stand-up or in the classroom? 100% in the classroom. Like,
Really?
kids will just say anything. They have no qualms. Like, just I think, you know, I was kind of the lesson I was doing today was confusing, but at a certain point I'm just like, does that make sense for everybody? Is everybody okay with what they need to do? And this kid just goes, no. This doesn't make sense. What? Like, so loudly, so right to you.
Yeah.
It's wild. It's absolutely wild.
I remember making a teacher cry.
What did you do to her?
I was just a dick. I was just being a dick. She was a supply teacher. We were her
such a dick.
We were her first ever class, but I wasn't doing it just to do it. I had homework that I had to do for another class. She was giving us busy work. And I was like, this work doesn't matter. The work I have to do matters. Let me do the work that matters. And she kept not letting me do it. And so I just started bullying her. And then she cried and left and told on me. And then I had to go see the principal. And the principal was very surprised to see me. The only time I was in, I didn't go to the principal's often, but when I did, I took big swings. I was there twice in my high school career. Once was for bullying a teacher to tears, and the second time was for starting a riot at a local convenience store.
What was the nature of the riot?
Unfair door policy. I was protesting their unfair door policy. They had a guy that was doing the door. He was very unfair about it. He took it longer. As in, like, he would take it longer. He wouldn't let certain kids in. He wouldn't let kids in certain things. He was he would make sure that it took longer so that we didn't have time to have our lunch break, just to kind of fuck with us.
Oh, I do get that.
He was a jackass, but it got out of hand. I pictured, like all true revolutionaries, that once you overthrow the status quo, people will naturally do the right thing. But what happened was everyone just looted the store and smashed everything. Not the windows or anything, but like there was nice like little patio furniture outside the store that we used to sit in. They smashed that, threw it on the. So yeah, so what happened was I rushed the guy, shoved him. He fell over. I held the door open and was like, "Everybody in!" And then
that is properly out of a movie. You so thought you were the coolest thing.
I didn't have enough time to plan it. It was a reaction. It was a visceral.
Yes,
thing.
but in hindsight, you were just like, "That was pretty cool."
It was pretty cool. But yeah, and they stole everything. It turns out, and then we found out that the guys that ran because they didn't know who any of us were. And so what they did was they bought a kid's yearbook so that they could put names to pictures. And then I was at the store one day and our principal, Miss Molson, showed up and said, "Where's Chris Betts? Where's Chris Betts?" And then some fucking snitch pointed right at me. Growing up is realizing Ferris Bueller's just a cunt. 100%. At this point, I was
pointed you out.
I was like 14. I think I was 14 when I did this.
Right.
Yeah, snitch pointed me out, so she brought me back. I got to be in her car. She drove me back. I have never had to leave school grounds for a student. I was like,
Oh wow. I will say, even though I was doing a bad job of my lesson today, my class were so good.
nice.
Like,
That's good.
I was just like, you guys, you're making this so good for me. I love you. They're so good.
Yeah, that's nice. That makes a big difference.
No, I think they like me a little bit. Like, I think
You're very likable, Ashley.
I think what it is that because I've been only observing the classes and helping out a little bit so far, I've like won over all the troublesome ones already because they've been the ones that I've been asked to pay attention to for a little while. So I've like I've got them on my side a little bit.
Nice. Nice.
Maybe.
I mean, what'll happen is you'll start teaching the whole class. They won't get as much attention, and then they'll resent you for making them feel loved.
Yeah.
So
that's exactly what's going to happen, I'm sure.
Oh, I mean, we're coming up on 90 minutes, and you've had a hell of a long week.
I'm so tired.
You have slides to make. By
I
the
have
way,
to finish off 2 lesson plans and 2 slideshows to go with them,
get out of here.
which I've been doing all evening, and for some reason they're just not done because I'm overthinking everything and I'm completely over scrupulous and I don't know how to switch off my stupid brain. Like,
That'll come. You're new to it. You'll know what it is. That just takes time. That's experience.
I know, but it's just
But right now, it's exhausting experience.
right now it's exhausting, and I'm just like, this shouldn't be taking me this long. I literally know what I need to do. I have one of the lesson plans done, and I just need to make the slides to go with the plan. It's like a step by step, and for some reason I can't do it. I'm just like,
Because you're exhausted.
because I'm exhausted.
Yeah, it's not something. You're just very, very tired. That's all. It's okay. Yeah, that's perfectly logical. Get some juice in you. Not grapefruit juice though.
No.
Other juice.
Stay away from grapefruit juice, folks.
Stay away from
That's my
grapefruit
PSA for today. Stay away from grapefruit juice.
Not me.
And
I'm
don't
not on the
bully your
pill.
teachers.
I can do it. Yeah, don't bully your. I felt bad when she cried.
It's not
That's not what I
just-
wanted.
it's not
I was
just
felt
the
like I was
pill.
right. It's all medication.
It's a lot of medications. It's not maybe all of them, but it is a lot of them.
I'm on 0
And-
meds.
Well,
for
then
better
you're
or
all right. You
worse.
can have some grapefruit,
I'm gonna
Chris.
drink all the fucking grapefruit juice.
Go and have some grapefruit.
I'm gonna do that right now. Fucking amped.
There's actually real quick I heard today about there's a trend on TikTok of kids like they're taking images of their teachers and putting them into some sort of Mean Girls burn book style thing.
That sounds right. Do
Do
you ever get the impression TikTok things are started by people in their 30s?
Oh yeah. But kids will just jump on this trend, and they probably see it as like, this is so old school or something. But yeah, it's a bit weird. You think your mom has been featured in one for the school she works in? Oh no, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
so
sucks.
I don't know. They all have their phones out all the time, and they're so like, you're just like, can you put your phone away, please? Can you put your phone away, please? Can you put your phone away, please? In a minute. And it's like, no, I said now. Or I'm just looking at the time, miss, and I'm like, get a fucking watch. Like,
Yeah. There's a clock on the wall.
there's a clock on the wall, literally in every classroom.
Yeah. If you're gonna lie, fucking lie, kid. Come on.
I'm Googling what I need to know for this essay, and I'm like, I've given you everything you need to know. Like, anyway.
Yeah. I'm the teacher.
But they just have an answer.
Yeah. They gotta keep moving. Life comes at you fast.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you have any plugs?
No, I'm not doing my daytime stream anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, today was the last one because I got to get a job. I got to work, man. And between doing 2 daily streams, then doing shows at night, it's just not. I just don't have the time or the mental space to do it. So I had to stop doing it. So today was the last one. I've got my old podcasts. That's about it. Doing shows, but only if you're in Victoria right now. But I'll be announcing more Canada shows soon. Sorry?
I can't believe you're not streaming anymore.
Yeah, I can't do it. It just I got to start making money. It was cutting way too close. So
That's fair.
yeah, sucks though. I'm gonna miss it. It was such a nice thing.
Yeah, I hope. I hope some of your viewers from that can pop on over here. If they want to see you, that's all. I mean, I'm not being like, let's make sure you're.
Yeah, no, I don't know. No, some of them
I
said they
genuinely mean you're still going to be here, so that'll be nice for them.
would. Yeah, I did. I told them that I'd be here, so I think some of them will come through.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I don't really have anything. I'm just if anyone needs a writer or someone to do a remote job, I'll plug myself because I got to get some fucking work, man.
Hire that one.
Yeah.
Honestly, he does a lot of the organization for this show, so I feel like that's a pretty good reference. John and I are so useless. And even the stuff that we do, we're like, Chris, can you check I didn't do this wrong?
I know.
So
I know.
you still have to do work.
Anyone in the stream? Yeah. I'm supposed to be in charge of vibes. What the hell?
Yeah, you're in charge of, all of the vibes, including the admin vibes and the finance vibes and the Patreon vibes. All of the vibes. We are going to be recording a Patreon episode. If you want to get those extra episodes, you know what you got to do? You got to head on over to the Patreon and join the Patreon.
That's where they are.
That's where they are.
That's where they are.
That is where they are. And if you're
We're gonna
kind
have
of
some
like, if you're kind of like, I don't really know what's the best way to support people. Patreon, we get most of that money. Twitch, we only get half, even less, I think.
Yeah.
So that's just a thought. OnlyFans vibes.
Paul, this sounds awesome. I'm 100% up for that.
Oh, that does sound good. Shall we raid Colt Cabana?
Yeah, let's do it. Have you got the raid set up?
I am getting it set up.
All right. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We'll be back Sunday. Have a great weekend. Beardy Noise.
Right.
I'd raid Cool Cabana. Damn right.
I'd like Colt Cabana raid me. Sorry.
Oh, he did say, as would Ashley.
For sure. That raid is starting, so we're gonna say goodbye. We're gonna be back on Sunday. That's another week gone.
Yeah.
We'll be back on Sunday night. Hopefully I'll have rested a little bit by then. And I'll be
Here's
a little bit
hoping.
more
Yeah. Take care, everyone. I'm hitting the old lady now. Have a great weekend. Bye.
That's all. Penis into her vagina. That's all. That's all. And that's called sexual intercourse. Some people call it having sex. So the man passes the sperm to the woman, and now his sperm is in her.